Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited to share today's video. If you know me, I've always loved cameras. I've used many since I was young, and every time there's a new one, I always wanted to pick one up. I've been shooting content for over 10 years now, on and off with just random things. I did a lot of travel stuff, lifestyle stuff. I even went through the era of beauty and haul, and now I'm here and I'm excited to share something that I got recently. For today's video, I'll be sharing why I picked up the new Canon Powershot V1, my initial thoughts, and a mini review along with some test shots throughout today. I will also be doing some photos because I know the Canon G7X is pretty popular with photos, so I wanted to test it out on the Powershot. So I'm so excited to share that. A little disclaimer here, I am not a professional photographer or videographer. I also won't be sharing any specs in here. You can watch many videos out there on that. Mainly, I'll be focusing on sharing this as a regular consumer, someone that is a content creator, and my thoughts on it in general. I'll also be sharing how I'm using it and all that fun stuff. So yeah. And if you haven't been to my channel yet, welcome. My name is Holly from Life with Holly Lifestyles. I'm so excited to share with you my life as a content creator. I also share a lot of desk tech lifestyle videos. So if you love any of that or all of that, make sure to subscribe. Also, if you want a comparison with the new Powershot and the Sony ZV-1 and even the Pocket 3 from DJI, make sure to subscribe because I'll be doing a full video of comparing everything together. And without further ado, let's get in. So a little backstory. I was super curious when Canon announced their Powershot V1. They haven't done anything like this since the Canon G7X, which has been super popular recently. I actually had one of those, I believe, 7 years ago, and I did a lot of videos in my vlogs through that. But for me, Canon has always been more of a photography kind of camera. I do have the 6D that I use for my small business, but their video cameras weren't always the best. That's why I ended up switching into the Sony ZV-1. I used it to vlog when I moved here, and then when I got back into content creation and things got a little more serious, I purchased the Sony ZV-E1, which is the one you're watching from now, which is my most professional camera, but also the heaviest. And before I got pregnant, I did pick up the DJI Pocket 3, which is now really popular. It's the perfect vlogging camera, especially when you move a lot, because it does have a gimbal with it, but the photo quality in this isn't the best. I've always loved a camera where I can do both, so I decided to give it a shot and test out the new Powershot with you guys and see how the photos and videos are gonna look. I've always loved a compact camera to use for vlogs since it is lighter and easier to carry around, but I do love a good camera and filming high quality videos with you guys. That's why I've been using the Sony ZV-E1 this whole time, but sometimes that does set me back with filming, so that is why I decided to try this one out and test it out. It does look a lot better than the Sony ZV-1, which I've had problem with it with the wide angle, and the quality is a little bit off. So let's get in and chat more about what I love about this camera, and then we'll do some test shots. So what makes a good camera for me? One is stabilization for sure, especially when you're moving around. I don't always move around. Sometimes if I'm showing like my desk setup or something, I might have a little bit of shot moving. Most of my shots are pretty much still shots, but there are times that I would love to kind of move things around. So that's one. Another thing is quality and color grading. Love a good lens. I love being able to color grade, so I'm super excited to know that this camera has C-Log, so I'm able to color grade things myself, so I'm excited to test that out. Another thing is being easy to carry. Before this finally arrived at my door, I did do a lot of research on how it looks and kind of a little bit more of the specs of it. A lot of people did mention that it is a little bit thicker than a regular kind of compact camera. But for me, I also felt like it wasn't too heavy. I thought it was going to be a little bit heavier. So even though it's a little bit bigger, it's not as heavy, which I kind of enjoy. They also have like a little fan here for cooling. So I heard that you can do webcam with this, which I'm excited to try that out. And last but not least, my important thing when I did have the compact cameras was that I wasn't able to change the microphone. And I believe this one, you can do that. So I'm super excited for that. I heard the mic in this camera is already pretty good to begin with, but being able to use my own mics is really good. So that is something I wanted to mention first. That is why I upgraded, because if it was something like the Sony ZV-1, I probably wouldn't even bother testing this out and trying it. So I'm excited to do some videos, and yeah, so we're gonna start by using this. I'm going to make sure to link this camera down below if you're interested. I'll make sure to also mention if I'm using C-Log, if I'm just using a regular profile. Another thing is I would also like using auto, mainly because for this camera I do manually change and adjust things all the time, so having something that's easier and simple and straight to the point that I can just use to film is really, really good. And yeah, so let's get in. Okay, hello. We are using the new Canon Powershot V1. I am using the most basic setting, so no C-Log. So this is regular auto. This is with the microphone from external. I'm also holding on to the camera, so if it's shaky, you will know why, but this is pretty much very, very straight to the point, so I can just click record and see how it looks. So how do I look so far? It's looking pretty good on the screen right now, but I have to obviously pull it up on my computer later on and see how that goes. But this is the basic and straight to the point. My arms are getting a little tired, but I love this wide angle look. And if I need to zoom in, it looks pretty good. I'm zoomed in a little bit now, so hopefully I looked okay. I'm gonna zoom it in a little more and see how the details of my pimples. Being a mom can be a little hard, so there's a little bit of pimples there, which looks pretty good so far. I'm liking it. The color tones look okay. And yeah, so let me slab on a mic and kind of test that out too. Okay, so I'm on C-Log now. I did plug in my microphone, which I can show you the little dead cat here. So hopefully that's working. I'm not really sure how it sounds right now because obviously I'm filming. I will have it on and then I'll take it off and see how it looks. So this is with the Rode VideoMicro that I have, and yeah, this is also in C-Log. Okay, so we are back with the C-Log. I took off the mic, so let me know if it sounds good. I don't even know if it's working, so hopefully it is, but this is without the mic, C-Log, and everything is also auto and autofocus, auto lighting. I also have ND filter auto on the whole time, so we'll see how that looks also. But yeah. Okay, so we're back. I have a mic on. I have my own mic on, so it sounds a little bit more crisp. I wanted to share this because I saw that they have these filters that you can use. And I saw on a YouTube video they have this one called Tasty Warm, which I am actually liking. It's not that bad. But this is without C-Log, so this is just fresh off auto and everything like that. So what do you guys think? Let me know. We're gonna head out now and test out some other things. And yeah, so let's go!
I wrote a message in my notes that I'm never gonna send to you, saying I'm sorry. I guess you never really know what somebody's gonna do when they get lonely. You found somebody better than me to take care of your insecurities. You did it all while leaving me in the dark.
Okay, so I am using my DJI mic. This one is the one I'm using, and we are at the restaurant. We are at a Dozone here in Linwood, which is super yummy for their xiaolongbaos and some noodles and stuff. So I just want to see how this looks. Everything is auto right now. I'm not using C-Log. But yeah, how's it looking? I feel like the wide angle is always too wide, so I'm gonna zoom in a little bit and see how that looks. So that looks a lot better. Quality from the camera looks good. We're gonna try it out and we're gonna start eating. Okay, so we are going to eat the first thing I have. Oh, it's hot. We have this beef wrap thingy? Pancake here. Right now I'm using C-Log, so I'm able to adjust the color correcting here. It looks kind of dark on the camera, but I'm not really sure. But here it goes. Everything I can't really tell until I edit this video. Beef wrap is nice and crispy, super hot. It looks kind of dark, so we'll see how it goes after I edit, because there's a lot of backlight over there. Normally I wouldn't film my nice camera like this, so I don't know how it would compare, but the auto looks okay so far, and it's tracking my head. So when I come closer, I am pretty focused, which is nice. The auto tracking is pretty good. So far the camera is pretty slow. I don't know if I'm using the wrong card or something, but everything is loading really slowly. So I might need to look into that and see why that is. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat my food. Oh, look, it's a little brighter now since that guy is in the lighting area. But yeah, we're gonna eat some food, we're gonna head to the office, and then I'll film some more over there. So I'm in my small business office, and we're gonna test out the camera in here. Also, I just did kind of like a drink tray trend, which is super cute. The drink is obviously gone because the hubby took it, but I had all my favorite point hand items here. Have a passport planner, we have a candle, we also have a hair clip here, which is super cute, and then my favorite kind of like beauty products to use, which is usually a hand cream and some kind of lippy. So I am currently in auto mode. The sun is shining in really nicely right now, so testing out the lighting on that. I do have my fuzzy mic here, which it does show the dead cat a lot, so I have to figure out maybe an alternative mic in this, but I really enjoy having a mic because I can have really good quality sound. So far from what I see in the camera, video quality looks pretty good. I'll probably do a little recap later on after I edit all this stuff. Montage of me doing some work, but so far everything is looking great. It's super sunny, so I think I have the ND filter auto, which should help it a lot right now. But yeah, it's getting really warm, so I'm going to do some work.
If it goes right, what if these things I'm saying make you change your mind? I've never been one to cry. I can't stop the tears raining down from my eyes.
Okay, so it's the next day. I did some editing, as you see in the background, so I can see all the footage and give you my final review, my final thoughts. First off, talking about this camera, I actually like it way more than the Sony ZV-1 for sure. It's a little bit bigger, so it can be a little bit heavier, but it's because it's packed with a lot more things inside. So I'm gonna start off with the main thing that I think is the problem. I don't know if it's because the card I'm using is either not compatible with it. I will put it here so you can let me know if it is compatible or not. Or it's because this card, I thought it was new at the time, but I realized it was actually an old card. Maybe the card wasn't working. I did purchase a new card right away, so I got to test that out to make sure it's good. But when I was using this in general, everything was super slow. It was like kind of processing really slowly, so I'm not sure if it's the card or there's something with the firmware or something like that. If anyone knows what might be wrong, let me know in the comments, but if not, I might have to see, maybe I got a defective product, or maybe it's just the card that I'm using. So that's something I wanted to mention in the beginning before I share about everything else. So first off, I'm going to chat about the auto of this. Me, I feel like the auto, when I shoot without the C-Log, is that it's a little bit too contrasty for me and doesn't really fit my style. For me, looking for a compact camera, I want to make sure that I don't have to use it manually like I do with my Sony ZV-1, which is what you're watching from right now. So that's something I got to figure out if it's a setting I can fix or if that's just how auto looks like. But I do love the C-Log in this, so when in doubt, I'm just going to go straight with C-Log and do auto through there. So far it's looking pretty good. There are some settings, such as when I'm in the office, it was a little bit darker than I liked, but being able to color correct my footage was really nice. I was able to make it very similar to the colors of this video right here and all my other Sony related vlog settings. So that's really good. Another thing I loved with the video is the filters, the Tasty Warm that I was using for a couple of clips, especially when I was heading to the restaurant. Looked really good, definitely fit my settings. The only problem that I had with it was that in the beginning, the first clip where I was doing kind of like this kind of scene, it was really bright because I was using the auto mode. But other than that, I really like the filter and I would definitely consider using it for future too if I can figure it out. So for stabilization, that was the thing I saw in a lot of videos, that the stabilization wasn't the best, and that really would set back a lot of things, because I think that's super important, especially if you're vlogging a lot, even if you're not doing still shots like me. In general, to have some nice stabilizing shots would be nice, whether you're just showing something or something like that. I did try the 3 different features that it include, which is off, on, and enhance. I did it with the stroller and it looked pretty good. If you have the stabilization off, it is a no-go for sure. In my very first clip, I was holding the camera doing a talking head, and you can see how much movement it was doing. So that's definitely a no-go. But I'm going to do a mini clip of it so you can kind of see how it looks with stabilization. Okay, I am using the stabilization and this is on. How does it look? Definitely a lot better than the off version, so I'm not complaining. So let's try the enhanced. So now we're in the hands, and I am a little, obviously zoomed in a little bit. I definitely have my arms reach out as far as possible. It's not as wide as I would like it, but it's not that bad, and it is looking a lot better for sure. So I'm enjoying this. Usually I don't do much walking and talking, so this would be nice to kind of see, because I'll definitely be sharing stuff. So for example, I'll be sharing my space like this. This is my little working space, but this is how it would look when I'm showing my space. There's my pump, because I pump in here. We have a cute little pushing here, and then we have a little emotional support dumplings. But yeah, that is kind of like testing it out. Here, I'm zooming in so you can see my emotional support dumplings. But so far, it looks pretty good for the stabilization. I am not mad. So yeah. I really love how I'm able to use a mic on top, whether it's the DJI Mic 2 or the Rode VideoMicro. I forgot that the Sony ZV1 you can actually use a mic, but if you put a mic on here, it looks really funny and really silly. And the shoe is on the side rather than in the middle. So that's something that I actually enjoy and will definitely be using if I am. I will be researching on mics that are a little bit smaller, so that fits on here a little nicer, because the Rode one is really, really big and bulky, especially with the dead cat on top. So that's something I'm going to be researching in the next couple of weeks. And last but not least, I'm going to chat about the photos in here. I didn't get a chance to take too many photos because I didn't go anywhere fun and scenery looking, but I did take something when I was here in the office. I took a couple at the restaurant, and then I even tried taking a little bit when I was in my small business office. So far the photos look pretty good in my opinion. I wish that they had that tasty warm filter to use for photo. I don't know if you can, because when I was in the photo mode I wasn't able to do any filters, so I assume that you can't do it. It's only for video only. I wish you could do the tasty warm on photos. That'd be kind of cool. Then I won't have to edit the photos, but now I do. So I'm going to keep testing that out, and I'll probably do a follow-up review in a month or so for this. So make sure you subscribe if you aren't already to check out a month review on this. But the photos were pretty decent from the couple of shots that I took, so I'm excited to keep trying and maybe even do some portrait shots along the way, especially when summer's here and I can head out and do some fun things a lot more. But that's pretty much it for my mini review of the Canon Powershot V1. If you have any questions or anything that you want to know, feel free to let me know in the comments down below. I will either reply to your comment or even mention it in the 1 month review. I will also be doing a full productivity vlog in the next week or two, so stay tuned for that, and I'll try to do a mini comparison video with the DJI Pocket 3 and the Sony ZV1. I mentioned that in the beginning of this video, but that is it. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to follow me at Life with Holly Lifestyles on Instagram and TikTok, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I feel so stupid for falling for you.